Crick Buzz at Stumps with Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle. A day that for a session and a bit, India were very much in, taking 5 wickets in a relative hurry until Chris Woakes joined Johnny Bairstow for an 189 run stand. England at 250 ahead. A brilliant maiden century in Test cricket for Chris Woakes at the home of cricket, Harsha. India did let it slip through their fingers, didn't they?
It did. I mean, at 89 for 4 in that first session, and you thought, India actually had blue hot, blue cold in that session, but produced enough wicket-taking deliveries. And when Joe Root got out just before lunch, you thought, maybe India's still in this game. But even after Josh Butler was out, it was just 130 odd. Yeah. But I was very, very impressed with Chris Woakes. He normally bats at 8. You always judge whether a person can bat one position higher than where he normally does. He looked completely at home, or even overshadowed Johnny Bairstow a little bit. And as he showed with the ball, he was an excellent backup to Jimmy Anderson. But with the bat, I think, you've got to say it, I think they've taken the game away from India.
Yeah, 250 runs is the deficit at the end of day 3, but essentially day 2. Really only day 1 due to slow over rates. Let's talk about that, Harsha. 12 overs bowled in the first hour. India wouldn't have bowled their overs had they had almost an extra session tonight. They went so slow through today. World cricket needs to do something about this.
Yes, for many reasons. One is there's financial stakeholders in there, but also because the more overs you bowl, the more you give yourself the opportunity to take wickets in. The game should never reach a position where you don't want to bowl enough overs because you think it'll take you further away from the chance of winning a game. So from that point of view, yes. I looked at that scorecard. England bowled about 12.2 overs an hour. India were going about 12.1 overs an hour, and I agree that has to be that cannot be allowed, because people pay here in England. Yeah. They're paying 110 pounds to watch today's play. You have to give them enough cricket, because otherwise you've got the umbrella up anyway. You're going to get stoppages, but you raise a very valid point.
So the 189 run stand we mentioned before between Woakes and Bairstow. Bairstow's the more recognised of the two, but Chris Woakes did start his Test career as a number 6 by happenstance, really. But nonetheless, he never had a chance to flourish in that position. One of the real good guys of world cricket, Chris Woakes. Wasn't it a lovely reaction when he reached 3 figures, that broad smile? It's the stuff we love in our game.
There's only 9 people, I'm told, who are on the honours board with both bat and ball. And Chris Woakes is in there now. He got 11 wickets against Pakistan a couple of years ago. He's in there with the likes of not just Ben Stokes and the others, but Keith Miller is in there. Vinu Mankad is in there. Some of you might have read about that great 1952 Test match. They call it Mankad's Test. Bowled 70 overs and then came back to open their batting and scored 184. So it's the stuff of great stories, and Chris Woakes joins that list. For me, the other big story was, why was there nothing for the spinners? Yeah. There was absolutely nothing in there for the spinners. You could understand Kuldeep Yadav.
That's the way. Time for it, I think.
There you go. You can understand Kuldeep Yadav feeling a bit undercooked, underdone. Nothing in it there for Ashwin at all. So you've got to say India have had the rough end of the conditions, but the champion sides, when the conditions are in their favour, produce match-winning performances.
They could have done with another frontline seamer, India today as well, couldn't they? I mean, we talked about Kuldeep Yadav last night, and he probably did suffer from bowling at the wrong times at different periods. Didn't get much of an opportunity in that middle session, but he really could have drawn on Umesh Yadav today.
Yes, and I think Virat Kohli might have started thinking about that yesterday rather than today. I think Hardik Pandya did a little better than some people might have thought he would. So there was good, solid third-seamer support, but you needed a wicket taker. And when the ball especially started to reverse a little bit, he would have loved the presence of Umesh Yadav, because as it turns out, this was... I mean, there were experts who said this is a 2-spinners wicket, but as it turns out, it was a 1-spinner wicket.
Right, so you can tell it's raining here at Lord's again. It's going to rain tomorrow in the morning, which could help India's cause in terms of saving this test. But saving a test match, Harsha, is more than wanting to do it. You need to have the application and the mental strength to do it. Have India got it in them to play for a couple of days and potentially bat out a test?
Where India have got to tell themselves, I'm a big believer that everything is an opportunity in life. And India have to tell themselves, look, if we can save this game, we're sending a message out to England that we can, and then that will augur very well for the 3 test matches to come. But England are in a situation where if it rains, they can actually declare where they are now. Yeah. They can declare with 250 on the board and try and bowl India out, because if it does get to be the kind of day it was on the first day, then Jimmy Anderson might just find conditions to his liking again. So I think India have mountain to climb. They've got to see it as an opportunity.
Alternatively, England are 10 wickets away from going 2-0 up in this series. End of day 3 here at Headquarters Lords. Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle for Crick Buzz at Stumps. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Under the umbrella.